YouTube is Rico, man. I'm back with another video. Y'all see what we got going on, man. We got the King Von friends become enemies by Trap Geek, man. It's crazy. Y'all already know what time it is. Y'all already know what's going on and stuff, so I ain't gonna hold y'all too long. But if you brand new to the channel or you've been watching videos but for some reason haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and hit that subscribe button to become part of the family of the channel and support us and try to hit that 1200, man, because we so close. We only 6 subscribers away. So for you 6 new people on the channel or people that's been watching videos and not subscribed, hit that subscribe button, help us get to 1200 so we can start our grind to the 5K. But also as well, don't forget to leave a like and comment on the video as well to help get our video recommended to a bigger audience of people and hopefully new supporters of the channel and stuff, because we drop nothing but bangers. So might as well be able to let everybody see these bangers and become supporters of the channel and go big, go crazy. Don't forget to also go check out old videos as well, man. We got a lot of videos in the past few weeks because we've been uploading every single day on the channel and staying consistent. So definitely go check out videos that you might not have seen yet from all the past few weeks and stuff like that, and go crazy. But other than that, y'all know what time it is. I'm finna start the screen record now, and I'm finna start this video.
People told me you and Young Boy was beefing or something like that. What happened?
They be saying that a lot. It's like we got the same issues and holes and then you know how the internet are trying to make it, but it ain't nothing too serious, nothing that you should worry about.
5 people were shot overnight in downtown Atlanta. 2 of them died, and now investigators are working to figure out what led up to the violence.
Just keep breathing, cuz. You got it. My fault.
Yeah.
Man, we shot. What you mean, we're outside?
Alright, what's up everybody? We gotta talk about this King Von situation. Rest in peace. It's tragic. Everything that could've went wrong that night. Von was shot in the parking lot of the Monaco Hookah Lounge right in the center of downtown Atlanta after this huge brawl with Cuando's crew and a couple of undercover police. Everything was captured on surveillance cameras with multiple angles, and I've seen so many rumors and fake stories circulating. The stuff about Dirk buying all the tickets to Cuando's next show, news sites posting Snapchats from a fake Cuando account calling King Von Queen Von. That's all fake. We don't have.
Hold on, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. I gotta read some of that.
News sites posting Snapchats.
I ain't gonna read it out loud. Y'all just gonna skim through it. Pause the video if y'all got to.
Fake Cuando account calling King Von Queen Von. That's all fake.
The way I look at it is, man, the way I know the street shit, anything can happen, and obviously somebody lost their life due to a fight. But the way I look at it as, if everybody just fist fighting, well, it wasn't everybody. It was just pretty much King Von and Cuando. If y'all fist fighting, I feel like y'all should just handle that with a fist fight. Nobody had to bring out a gun, because obviously nobody else from King Von came brought out a gun. Because if it was that type of energy and that type of time, I feel like they would have instantly came out with guns, etc., and not actually go to a fist fight. But obviously he just wanted to fight on and beat them up, whatever, woo, and go about their business. But Cuando guys wasn't looking at it like that. They pretty much just seen Cuando getting punched up and shit, so somebody brought out a gun. Y'all know what happened after that and stuff like that. So that's the way I feel. I feel like this could have ended with just a fist fight, but if anything, this all could have been avoided. But it is what it is, man. We seen the interviews from the manager and stuff, and what people was saying, like what happened, why did this happen, who fault it was, etc. We seen a lot of stuff going on, a lot of crazy stuff. But yeah, man, it's tough. That's crazy, but it is what it is. This stuff gonna continue to go on. I don't know how it's all gonna end, but I just know it ain't no peace necessarily gonna happen nowhere time soon. Pretty much at the end of the day, this is just gonna be ongoing for however long it wants to be ongoing. So we gonna wait and see, man, cause yeah, tough.
We don't have to invent stories. Reality is already crazy. People don't even know. There was almost a second shootout the night Vaughn was killed. After the chaos in the parking lot at the hookah spot, both crews rushed to the hospital and went to the same one. That's why
That's crazy. Now that part I did not know about. I didn't know they all literally went to the same exact hospital for Vaughn, and then obviously the other dude that got hit with a gun, with a bullet or whatever. So that's crazy. So it could have potentially been 2 whole shootouts from the same exact group of people, just in a whole different location. Tough. But yeah.
Rondo went immediately to Instagram Live when he got to the entrance at the group.
Hold on, who he say?
Rondo went immediately to Instagram Live.
The way I look at it, man, you gotta be smart though, shit. Cause if he never did what he did, he pretty much at the end of the day would have just probably also lost his life that night too, man. So he instantly went on live because nobody wasn't gonna try to pull anything because he on live. Obviously, as soon as he would have went on live and that happened, after they literally just was at the same location where something happened. It took police long to put 2 and 2 together, and instantly would have tried to arrest everybody that came to the hospital with Vaughn. So I felt like he definitely played it smart, but at the same time, like, you already know how the street stuff go, man. So this all ain't nothing but to get each other riled up and keep the stuff going on, man. Because once he went live, now you see what dude said from Vaughn's side, and now it's gonna continue on until something else happens. So that's pretty much how I look at it.
When he got to the entrance at the Grady Memorial Hospital.
Just keep breathing, cuz. Come on.
And while they moved Vaughn's body on the highway 8 miles from the hospital to the morgue, Atlanta police were in the very same hospital charging Cuando Rondo's boy Lil Tim for the murder of King Von. Now, not only is Lil Tim fighting this felony murder case, but something people don't know is he's already fighting a conspiracy case in Georgia. After this year-long investigation took down a trap house in Savannah, confiscating 15 pounds of kush, $16,000 cash, and a bunch of guns. And if you're online even a little bit, you've seen the rumors circulating that NBA Youngboy is responsible for Von's death. We saw close NBA Youngboy affiliates going immediately to IG Live as soon as it happened, laughing at Von being killed.
The joke's on you. This now you getting wrapped down.
Say that's that Von pack. When I seen he got popped, all I could do was laugh. All I could do was laugh.
Now, we're gonna get into all this, but before we do, check out my song of the day. This is my guy Young Po. Let's go.
I gotta have it all, nigga, to raise the ball. From around me. She wanna suck it for hours. I got the juice to pop.
Gotten in his career. He was never a headliner, but this is the most attention Cuando Rondo's ever gotten in his career. He was never a headliner, he's not a huge artist, but now he's in the position where he's playing up the role of the bad guy. Dropping that song, addressing the King Von situation, shooting that video, dressed up as the guy who killed him, Lil Tim. He's been wearing bulletproof vests everywhere, getting all his shows canceled, and what makes this situation worse, at one point, King Von and Cuando were cool with each other.
63rd, nigga, some dirty ass nigga.
And that's the crazy thing. It's like they was cool because I remember all of this back like a year or two ago, whatever. They was cool, and then I think what happened was something happened with Cuando Rondo and Lil Reese. Something happened where they were beefing on social media and stuff, because I don't remember exactly what time of last year that all of that happened, but I just know they got into it. And y'all should know already, people behind the scenes like Keith and all of them, they are all plugged in, whether y'all want to believe that or not. Just because they're not on social media 24/7 around each other and stuff like that, that don't mean they all still rocking with the same stuff. Even though Keith probably feeling some kind of way about some of the people back in Chicago because of what happened to him while he was out there and stuff like that, that don't mean that he still ain't cool with some of the real people that wasn't doing nothing to him at all. Like, wasn't robbing his house or nothing like that, or set him up, etc., etc. Because I heard that supposedly, because I can't remember where I heard it from, but I guess he got robbed by 2 people while he was out in O Block. So I don't know how true that is, but I heard that. But I do know for sure about the one where Boss Top basically robbed his house while he was on tour or whatever out of the city at that time. But that's the only thing I know for sure happened. But as far as that other one, I don't know for sure. But like I was saying, back to that, it's a lot of people plugged in behind the scenes. Just because y'all don't see them together on social media 24/7 and stuff like that, that don't mean they plugged in. So once whatever happened with Cuando, Rondo, and Lil Reese, obviously Von, knowing Reese and them for longer, been around them, actually grew up around them, of course he gonna be on their side, and that's it, period. So y'all already know what type of guy Von was. Same with Cuando, Rondo. He got guys that we don't see him around 24/7 with on social media and stuff like that, but he got plugged in with him. So it's basically the same vice versa at the end of the day. So it's a lot of people that's involved in this stuff. So like, that's why I said, obviously, this ain't gonna never die down no time soon. It's just gonna be something that keeps happening, like, until, I don't know. Like I said, stuff is just gonna keep on happening pretty much at the end of the day until the main people, and even when the main people, if something was to happen to them, I'm not saying for sure something gonna happen, but even if something was to happen to somebody like the main people, like Cuando, Rondo or whatever, the cycle gonna continue on, because it's gonna be tick for tack pretty much at the end of the day between these groups. Simple.
That's a video from a year ago of the 2 of them before a show in Atlanta, cracking jokes and making fun of.
Also, that's another thing. You made fun of Von Ops and them, so now you realistically beefing with Von and his group of people, and on top of that, his ops now, because you was saying all that about his ops and stuff. So now you got enemies pretty much on both sides, even though those 2 sides are enemies. But you clown the one side at first when you was still cool with Von and them. Now you beefing with Von and them, and on top of that, their ops. So pretty much got a whole city down there beefing with you at the end of the day. So yeah, man, this is, like I said, it's a lot of crazy shit that's gonna happen in the future, possibly, and this ain't gonna never stop. Simple.
Von's ops together, but realistically, this relationship was not gonna last. And yes, NBA YoungBoy is involved.
YoungBoy, the YB situation was just too real, just too good. All us got a real bond, so I don't f that music shit. Like, you feel me? This shit way deeper than that.
The reason YoungBoy is mentioned in this is because he has ties with both Cuando and Von. Cuando was the first artist signed to YoungBoy's Never Broke Again label. They've been real close ever since, making music, doing shows. They even tag team jumped their own security together.
I didn't know that was their own security, but I been knew about this, but I never really found out exactly why they fought the security. But they said that was their own security, so something must have happened where security, they felt like they got disrespected by the security, and they etc., etc.
And when YoungBoy was beefing with Kodak Black a couple years back, Cuando showed his loyalty by going on IG Live and burning Kodak's merch.
Man, it's up. Look at them. Man, we on some NBA shit, man. Tell them we don't see this shit no more, man.
He even went to New York and got into a brawl in Brooklyn with Kodak's artist, Tutu G's. According to Tutu, Cuando got slapped, people were throwing chairs, it was chaos.
Yeah, it's a lot of this stuff I did not know about, because literally, I've been on, they said Cuando Rondo started beef with a lot of people, but this I never even knew about. So this man literally really is starting beef with hella different people. That's just crazy. I don't know, man. That's almost like some 6ix9ine shit, but instead, you really not on social media 24/7, just trying to willingly get some attention from these guys. Like, yeah, you did shit when stuff was hot in the moment and stuff, like when the stuff was fresh, but he's not the one that's going to continuously every single day get on social media making some type of skit or whatever about his ops and etc. and trying to poke fun at them and stuff like that. So that's the only thing I can say about Cuando is he's not doing none of that all the time. So that's the difference between him and 6ix9ine at the moment. But also too, he ain't snitching on nobody, telling on nobody and stuff like that as well. So, but it is what it is. But he definitely beefing with too many people right now. I ain't even gonna lie.
Now, thankfully, nobody got hurt, but the beef is still on to this day. And YoungBoy's got a huge list of these industry beefs with people he doesn't get along with. One tension that was slowly building behind the scenes was with him and a new artist out of Chicago named King Von.
Fuck YoungBoy talking about on this song, bro. You talking crazy on this one.
Oh, yeah?
He ain't even like that. On his ass, man. You got cap in your raps.
At this point, Von was just starting to get hot. He had Crazy Story 1 out, the buzz was slowly building. And in March of 2019, Von went on Instagram Live to say that YoungBoy was lying in his raps. YoungBoy fans were quick in the comments, spamming him to apologize or something was gonna happen to Von in 48 hours. Fast forward a couple months to December of 2019. Lil Reese, who's super close to Von, comes out and says he would never do a song with YoungBoy. After fans were asking him for a collab, we could see these lines.
And the crazy thing is, him and Dirk already got a song, but that came out like back in what, 2017? Because I remember for when I was living in Ohio at the time, they had a song come out, and obviously that was a big song around that time with those two artists at the time. So that's the crazy part too, man, because it's like at one point literally Dirk and Von were cool with either YoungBoy and Cuando, and then after I can't remember, to be honest. I don't know exactly when YoungBoy and Dirk stopped messing with each other and stuff and went their separate ways, and then Cuando and Von was messing with each other. Then once Rondo got into it with Lil Reese, then they separated and both sides pretty much left each other alone at the end of the day. Like, they wasn't doing songs, wasn't trying to do features, none of that. So it's just crazy that they was all cool at one point in time.
Lines being drawn real quick between O-Block and YoungBoy's crew 4KT. Fast forward again, 4 months ago. These photos surface of Von holding hands with YoungBoy's ex-girl and baby mama, Jania. At the same time, Von was tweeting subliminals about posting some other dude's girl, doing stuff that would have him stop claiming his kids. It didn't take long for YoungBoy to match that energy and go out and do a song with King Von's ex-girl, Asian Doll. Both of them using each other's girls as props to get at one another. And the whole time, people like 600 Breezy from Chicago were hyping Von up, saying stuff like, I love what you're doing, we know what you're doing, hashtag Rapper K. So he's saying Rapper Killer. Basically, he's cryptically talking about YoungBoy, who then responded indirectly but super directly at the same time by saying, I'm gonna make sure my son F's your daughter since you're trolling. Now this tension kept building and building behind the scenes. Von's even got subliminals about YoungBoy on this new album he dropped last month, Welcome to O-Block. On the song Mine 2, Von says outright that he's got beef in Louisiana and the other dude doesn't know it. He's rapping that gangster shit, now he's got a show. So when the news hit last month that Von got killed in a confrontation with YoungBoy's artist, theories started to circulate that it was YoungBoy who ordered the hit. 2 days after Von was killed, a fan uploaded an old unreleased song from YoungBoy and titled it like it was a King Von diss called Let Them Shots Off. Now this was pure clickbait, but the video still managed to go to number 8 on trending.
And that's the thing, man. Some people is weird, bro. Like, y'all literally be fans. Like, I could see, like, if you talking about some music, like who doing better than who, or what's the numbers for album sales and stuff, but to the point where you gotta post a whole old song and then title it this to whoever, like, that's really some fanned out stuff. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. So some people do be escalating shit because, say Von and them side didn't know about this song at all, but somehow this person got the old song video, uploaded it, and titled what it is, And now they looking at it like this is a new song that just dropped pretty much at the end of the day, escalating hella more shit. So it's like some fans definitely do be escalating stuff behind the scenes, like it just come out of left field and stuff. And then now you got it looking like NBA Youngboy actually just made this song and uploaded it and entitled it what it is and stuff. And now Von's side obviously gonna have something to say and want to do something possibly and stuff like that, etc., etc. Y'all already know how it go. But yeah, that's just crazy, man. Some fans definitely do be taking things to a whole nother level sometimes.
On YouTube, and it's not about King Von at all. And I saw fans starting to go back into Youngboy's catalog, reading into his lyrics, looking for clues. One song in particular, they claim predicted Von's death 2 months before it happened. The song is called Dead Trolls, and at one point in the song, Youngboy talks about planning to rob somebody in Atlanta. He talks about leaving his ops dead and mentions D Rose being away from the Chicago Bulls. Connect the lyrics, King Von was staying in Atlanta, he got killed in Atlanta. D Rose was a point guard for the Chicago Bulls, but in Chicago drill, D Rose was an infamous O-Block shooter who got 40 years for a murder. He's been shouted out on numerous tracks by Chief Keef and even Von, who's got photos side by side with him. And this song Dead Trolls just happened to drop shortly after these photos surfaced of King Von holding hands with Jania, Youngboy's ex-girl. Now, before we get carried away, no, I don't think this song predicted Von's death 2 months before it happened. I don't think Youngboy cooked up some Louisiana voodoo to make that happen. In reality, the Atlanta...
Some people be trying to literally make up like some type of conspiracy and shit. Like, they'll say, oh, this person been said this months ago that this was gonna happen. Like, chill out, bro. Like, damn, it's possibly a song about something else going on and that have nothing to do with what's actually happening. So I don't know, man, but you know everybody be trying to get their clout or whatever and try to get some type of following going on and stuff to the point where now they possibly able to make a living on YouTube, social media, etc., etc. Y'all, if y'all know about social media and YouTube and how you can get paid from all of this stuff, then you already know what I'm talking about. But yeah, man, some people will do anything they can to get some clout just so they can make a living off of social media and stuff. That way, obviously the main goal to not be working for anybody anymore. So that's why they be doing stuff like this. That's how I feel about it.
Line could be about anybody. Half the industry's in Atlanta, and Youngboy beefs with half the industry. Jada Youngin, Fredo Bang, their beefs are well documented. Both of them got tension with Youngboy, and both of them record in Atlanta. So no, I don't buy it. Truth is, Von's manager says this incident was personal between Cuando and Von.
This has nothing to do with Youngboy doing a song with Asian Doll, and that has nothing to do with this, right?
No. This has to do with Von being the person he is, and then he don't like all that sneak this, social media stuff.
And as those tensions escalated between both camps, word is Cuando had been talking shit behind the scenes about Von for quite some time, to the point where Von said if he caught someone from that camp, he was putting hands on. And this music industry's small, you're gonna run into people, especially in Atlanta. That's where all the good studios are, producers, label offices. Cuando Rondo's from Georgia, Dirk and Von are both based out there too, so this was only a matter of time. Now, the Monaco Hookah Lounge is right in the center of downtown Atlanta. King Von's been to that spot before, it's a popular place, but it's also a red zone for shootouts. 3 people have been killed at this place in the last year alone. That's why there were undercovers patrolling the area that night and at the venue. Now, the first reports that came out...
And that's crazy. I did not know none of this, so well, for y'all that also didn't know as well, we learning something new. I didn't know all of that was happening at that particular club, so pretty much that place was pretty much hot already from the jump before that whole situation and stuff. So that's why undercover was there and the shootout started to happen and stuff. Yeah, that's just crazy, and a coincidence that all of that happened right when undercover was patrolling pretty much literally around the place and just watching what's going on and stuff. So that's why multiple people did get hit. I think even Rondo, man that had shot King Von, also had got hit by one of the undercovers. So that explains a lot pretty much at the end of the day.
Were confusing. The news said that undercover police had shot Von. We even saw dispatch calls from Chicago PD telling their officers that Atlanta police had shot Von. and to move with caution around O Block because emotions will be high.
Last night in Atlanta, police shot King Von and two of his people. Social media is active with, they're upset with the police. So if we have any jobs in Parkway, send 2 cars. Keep your eyes open, be wary. They're not happy with the police over there.
We later found out 3 separate...
That's crazy. Like, who got a hold of all of this information like that? I ain't even gonna lie to you. This shit is crazy. Like who was able to get police dispatch calls or whatever and have that information on hand to give to somebody else? Like, I would think that police would keep a lot of this under wraps unless they in the courtroom. Obviously, in the court, a lot of stuff can get played through audio, so police got to provide audio they might have that might help with a case, etc., etc. But somebody literally was able to just get this, and this person got it and put it in the video. That's crazy that a lot of that stuff can get out publicly.
Crews were involved. Von's crew, Quando's crew, and the undercover police. Now, nobody knows what set Von off, but Von's manager says that night he wasn't himself. Von was celebrating his album release at Opium nightclub a few hours earlier. He was supposed to go back to his Airbnb around 2:30 in the morning, but he suddenly decided to switch routes midway and go to this hookah spot on Trinity Avenue about 10 minutes away. Now, Von cannot carry weapons himself. He's been fighting that case with Dirk in Atlanta for close to a year. They got strict guidelines to follow, but he knows his status. Usually, Von travels with 3 to 4 security, a bulletproof truck, and his guys from Chicago. But on this night, he left Club Opium by himself with 1 driver and 1 other car, leaving that fleet of security behind. When Von got to the hookah spot, he waited for 30 minutes in the car, and his security finally got word of his new location change and immediately rushed over to get to him. The whole time, Cuando Rondo just happened to be in the same parking lot at that same hookah spot, napping in his McLaren. I know coincidences can happen, but this one's pretty big. What are the chances that King Von randomly decided to change routes and go to a hookah spot?
And that's the crazy thing that a lot of us still possibly don't really know is, like, what made Von all of a sudden go to this location and coincidentally, Cuando Rondo happens to be there. But it's not like he out walking around in the club or nothing. He literally napping in the car outside. So that's crazy. And then on top of that, Von never even got out his car or went inside the club. So it's all a big coincidence that they just happen to be at the same place, but neither one of them was literally ever seen walking around or anything prior to everything happening. It's like, literally, once Von got out his car, Cuando Rondo just happened to be outside of his car as well. So that's the craziest thing about the whole situation. So it's like crazy, like how all of this just happened, literally, all because Von decided to not go to his crib, the Airbnb, and pull up to this club, and Cuando Rondo happens to be there with his guys too. But they never went inside the club either. They just outside, whatever going on. And then both coincidentally just happened to end up outside their cars at the exact same time for all of this to happen. That's still, nobody could ever really explain how this all really just happened like that. That's just the craziest part about the whole situation.
Where somebody that he doesn't like happens to be at. One of Von's friends spots Cuando and goes back to tell Von, and on the CCTV camera we see Cuando making his way over to this white SUV, scanning the area cautiously. Shortly after, you see Von leaping out of his own car, going looking for Cuando. As soon as Von sees Cuando, he starts throwing punches. Von is unarmed, but his crew is swarming Cuando quickly. That's when Quando's bro Lil Tim hops out the white SUV, pulls a pistol out, and fires off 5 shots, hitting Von in the chest and thighs. Bullets also graze Von's manager, who is in the mix of it. All hell breaks loose. Von's bro Slutty, who was right next to Von when the brawl started, was the first person to return fire once Von gets shot, hitting Lil Tim in the leg once, but then...
I didn't know. I thought they said the undercover is how Lil Tim got hit by a bullet. So I didn't know that Von bro ended up having a gun with him too, and then he the one that actually shot Lil Tim. So that's crazy. I did not know that. But like I said, it's a lot of different stories and stuff going around. Cause just like I want to point out where they said the undercover told Atlanta Police Department that they shot Von and 2 of his people, or 3 of his people as well, because the manager and his 2 friends that he grew up with from the city and stuff. But then I also heard stories where the police literally told the news that that's not what happened. Nobody from their side shot anybody except that they shot Lil Tim. So like I said, it's a whole bunch of different stories going around. So at the end of the day, people got hit. That's what all we know for facts, and we only can basically put together who possibly shot who at the end of the day, because police ain't trying to claim that they shot Von and 3 of his people, but somehow it was somewhere reported that they shot Lil Tim. But the whole time, it wasn't them that shot Lil Tim. It happened to be one of Von's guys. So like I said, this whole thing is kind of confusing on who shot who and stuff like that. At the end of the day, we just know what happened for facts is Von lost his life, as well as 2 of his friends and the manager. So, yeah, it's all crazy.
Chest and thighs. Bullets.
Or was it 3 of his friends? I can't remember.
Thighs. Bullets also graze Von's manager, who is in the mix of it. All hell breaks loose. Von's bro Slutty, who was right next to Von when the brawl started, was the first person to return fire once Von gets shot, hitting Lil Tim in the leg once, but then his gun jams, so he can't finish the job. Now this actually saves Lil Tim's life. Him getting shot in the leg drops him to the ground, making him a non-threat to the undercover police who were creeping around back in the adjacent parking lot. With Lil Tim on the ground and Slutty standing over him with a jammed up Glock, Slutty turns and runs into the adjacent parking lot towards the undercovers, who start ringing off shots and hit both Slutty and another O-Block guy named Louis in the head, killing Slutty on the spot and leaving Louis in critical condition. This whole time, Cuando is still tangled up with King Von, who's just been shot a bunch of times and has paralysis in the bottom half of his body. According to Von's manager, Cuando is screaming, "Von shot, Von shot." And on camera, it looks like he leans in and holds close to Von, either trying to help him or take his chain. It's hard to say which. But eventually, Von's brother Muop runs over and knocks Cuando in the head, separating him from Von, where they can now pick him up and escape in the getaway vehicle. Unfortunately, even though the hospital was just 10 minutes away, doctors could not save his life. And now, we're left in the aftermath.
Yes, sir, man. Rest in peace, King Von, man.
You're talking about 2 cliques with huge influence, money, and power. The very next day, we saw 600 Breezy hitting the freeway at 150 miles an hour, leaving Chicago to go to Baton Rouge as a declaration of war with NBA Youngboy's crew 4KT.
We smoke it if you really high. We condone the violence. All you hear is sirens.
Breezy is also openly talking about revenge on socials, leaving kissy emojis underneath Von's killer's IG page. Several days after everything happened, Von's childhood bro, Mimo600, went to Savannah, Georgia to film a music video in Cuando Rondo's neighborhood. I think he filmed it in the housing complex close by. Regardless, point is, nobody's squashing nothing. And while Mimo was out there in Cuando's neighborhood, this girl DMs him saying they should link up while he's there. After doing some research on the girl, Mimo finds her in a Cuando Rondo music video just last year. It was a setup, a backdoor attempt in Cuando's home.
Wow, see, that shit crazy, man. That's why a lot of people be making songs saying don't trust these hoes, etc., etc. Like, this is why it's stuff like this going on. Like, if you ain't doing your own little detective work on that person before you try to link up with that person, then shoot, so I'm gonna literally get you knocked off, period. So he definitely was smart enough to go, hold on, man, you capping. Let me go look you up and see where you from and all that, what you been doing and stuff. happened to find her in a music video with Cuando, Rondo and them, and said, "Nah, you tried to get me knocked off." Yeah, man, be like that though. That's why a lot of people be saying, "Don't be trusting such and such." Now,
Rondo's neighborhood. I think he filmed it in the housing complex.
Well, they been saying that, but shoot,
point is,
crazy.
nobody's squashing nothing. And while Mimo was out there in Cuando's neighborhood, this girl DMs him saying they should link up while he's there. After doing some research on the girl, Mimo finds her in a Cuando Rondo music video just last year. It was a setup, a backdoor attempt in Cuando's home city. And you've heard that theory, the enemy of your enemy is your friend. That's playing out in real time. But it's not just the industry that's affected by Von's death. We can look at the city of Chicago too. This has been the most violent year in Chicago since 2016. And just like when FBG Duck died, one side was laughing. Well, now it's the other side's turn. As these memes of Von packs are being shared all over the internet, diss songs being made, and people close to Duck just showing Von no signs of sympathy. Yeah, man, that's pretty much it for this video. Rest in peace to Von. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I'll see you in the next one.
Yeah, man, this has been a crazy video, man. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. There's a lot of stuff that we potentially like I said, yeah, potentially, because some of y'all probably already know some of this stuff, but some of this stuff is new to us. Some other people that we don't really know about some of the stuff that happened in this whole situation. So it's crazy how a lot of stuff is happening behind the scenes and stuff, and this video come out and literally give us all of that information. So if I ain't seen this video, some of this stuff I would have never known, and I would have just only known what I seen from the news and stuff like that. But it's crazy, man. Yeah, stuff is gonna get crazy, and it's gonna stay that way for a while. I don't never think it's gonna be a peace between these groups. Like literally, it just ain't. It's too much stuff going on, too many people getting involved, and yeah. So it's gonna be crazy to see what happens for the rest of this year, man. We just gonna only watch and see, and yeah, go from there. But at the end of the day, that's the end of this video. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you're brand new to the channel. And don't forget to tell your friends and family about the channel as well. Help our supporters of the channel grow and get us to 1,200K. And then on top of that, get to 5K. So other than that, if you're brand new to the channel, definitely hit that subscribe button. I'm going to see y'all later on with more videos. Peace.